Extra, extra, read all about it. Pizza Rush News is coming to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Conversation with Antonio. Now with your host, Antonio Pizza.
Good evening, everyone, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy, Healthy New Year. Today, I'm going to be talking about how our world has forgotten to come together. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Now, many of us can interpret this quote in different ways, but the main part is to move forward. At any cost, to move forward. Let no obstacle stand in our way. We must move forward. As humans, we have a habit to hold on to these things called grudges. Now, a grudge could be a good thing, such as the grudge America had against Osama bin Laden. A horrific example of a bad grudge is the one in a famous play named Romeo and Juliet, where the two families of a Montague and Capulet fight and hate each other for a reason that they don't even remember. And it takes the death of Romeo and Juliet to forget the feud and have peace between the families. For this modern age, we seem to hold on to grudges much longer and longer. If one person makes a simple mistake, instead of forgiving the person's mistake, we seem to let the mistake divide us. We hold on to grudges, we call ourselves mature, but there is much we can learn from our younger selves. At a young age, we seem to not really care about much. We may get upset by something here and there, but we forget in a day's tops. A friend calls you a name and you get upset, and you soon forget about it. And to them, one word can mostly fix a problem. Some mean thing someone said to you, a simple 5-letter word can fix it. The word is SORRY. Nowadays, we would hold on to what the person said. We would get revenge, post online about them, put them back even more. And worst of all, never forgive. We also decide what is a mistake, what is wrong, what is right. Our country has once again been divided, but by something that a country was born upon, opinions. We have separated each other, and when that happens, we seem to separate more. When will we realize that we are all the same? We are all part of one race, the human race. That our political party has nothing to do with that. Neither does our religion, nor our skin color. But that seems to have changed. Everything apparently needs to involve those things. We focus more on everyone else's differences instead of the similarities. Yes, differences are good. It is good to be different because that's how we thrive and survive in nature. But why not celebrate our differences and not segregate ourselves with them? Why not come together instead of arguing over things that we will probably never agree upon? Even on top of that, we seem to search for the bad in the world and get disappointed when we find it. We find that if we dig deep enough, everyone has made a mistake. Now we let that one mistake judge that person's life. No matter how long ago it was, what was happening during it, for everyone has done something wrong in their lives. But it is up to us to not let those mistakes define who we are. It is up to us to look past those mistakes of others. We must forgive each other for the littlest mistakes. We fight so hard. We hold on to a grudge. And let me ask you this, who is really being hurt? The person who has had the mistake be done on? Or the person who has made the mistake and is constantly reminded that they made the mistake, for we will never let them live it down. So why do we do this? Why do we not forgive? and seem to push these feelings of anger of that person down? Well, it's mostly because of how easy it is in our modern age. In this modern age, it is very simple to block someone's phone number instead of working it out. It's easier to shut out the world and turn to TikTok and forget about your problems. It is easy to let our feelings decide our choice instead of working them out. So it's simple, work things out. Don't keep pushing the problem away, because at the end of the day, it will just make things worse. And finally, we must learn to move on. We are constantly holding on to the past. It doesn't have to be the far past, just the recent past. How many times have we lost a friend or been through a breakup? We seem to weep over this for months. For the time that we spend weeping over losing someone, we could spend it meeting new people. Sometimes in life we need to learn to let go, to move on. I'm not saying to forget, I'm saying to move on. But the longer you weep, the longer you will become upset, and the harder it is to move on. When will this all end? When will we forgive each other? When will we stop the nasty threats between each other because of our different opinions? When will we move on? When will we stop these grudges against each other? When will we have peace among us all? We need to move on. We need to move forward. I'm not saying to forget our mistakes, but to learn from them and to move on. I'm not saying not to express our opinions, but maybe not separate each other because of them. I'm not saying to forgive everyone instantly. I'm saying you should eventually forgive them. And with this, we shall all come together. We shall all become united. Once again, we will become the United States. And we shall have peace. So once again, I will say Merry Christmas and a healthy, happy New Year. Thank you.
And Conversations with Antonio, with your host, Antonio Pizza.